Hello, I have a piece of paper that says Skip Bayless on it on my shirt, so that means I am Skip Bayless for the sketch. How are you today?
That establishes your character. Alright, man.
Yeah, so how was your day today?
I'm okay. You know, just got home from work and get some stuff done around the house.
That's interesting. Did you know Dak Prescott has an 82.1 QBR?
That's great, but like I was saying, I was going to get some
That means it's the highest QBR in the entire football league.
That's great. Okay.
That means it's higher than Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson.
QBR is a terrible stat. Doesn't mean anything.
You didn't let me finish. Dak Prescott's QBR is also higher than Joe Flacco's.
Joe Flacco?
Skip, if they lose to the Vikings, where are you then?
Well, they're not going to lose.
Guys, Skip is ticking me off again. I'm not Skip Bayless anymore. So last night the Cowboys lost to the Vikings in a very close game. Now this is not about Dak Prescott, even though I'm sure Skip has brought up his QBR at least 142 times by the time you're seeing this video. This is actually about Ezekiel Elliott, alright? He had a bad game. 20 carries for 47 yards. That's rough. Now personally, I wouldn't put all the blame solely on Ezekiel Elliott. His offensive line was terrible. The Vikings rush defense was getting right through them, and Zeke couldn't do anything. Like, let's just pull up this play on the final drive, for example.
Twice here, though. Absolutely. And you hit the Elliott. Look out!
I mean, look at that play. What is Zeke supposed to do with that kind of blocking? So Skip has had this saying that he's been saying a lot over the years when he was on ESPN First Take and now on Fox Undisputed, right? And it's this.
What do I always caution our viewers against? Being prisoner of the moment.
But this is something Skip has been guilty of hundreds of times over the years, especially last night regarding Ezekiel Elliott. Let's watch some recent clips from this year of Skip Bayless talking about Ezekiel Elliott before the Vikings game.
If we're just talking about football players, if we're talking about on the field, I'm taking Ezekiel Elliott all day and all night, every night. But Zeke is a battering ram. He is a sledgehammer of a back who can impose his killer will on you because he's got killer will that I do not see in Saquon Barkley.
It's going to be a great matchup to watch the offensive line of the Cowboys and the defensive line of the Vikings.
Okay, nobody can negate a pass rush any quicker than Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah, exactly.
Can, right?
And that's what you got to be careful of because
so he does have 3 straight 100-yard games, and trust me on this, he will take it as a personal challenge to outperform Dalvin Cook, who is leading the league in rushing, and Zeke is not leading the league in rushing. He's 4th in the league in rushing. Nobody takes a challenge better than Zeke does, right?
Right.
So I think you are pretty nervous that my running back's going to get loose.
That's what concerns me.
Overall, pretty positive things to say about Zeke. I mean, he's had a really good year this year. So now let's take a look at what Skip had to say after the Vikings game.
My running back has turned into a shell of himself. I don't recognize Ezekiel Elliott anymore. I don't recognize his run blocking, but he can't make anybody miss. I don't see any jump cuts. I don't see any explosion at the line of scrimmage. I don't see sudden. I don't see quick. I don't see much of anything from 21 anymore, and he has become a liability and a dangerously overpaid liability because Jerry gave him way too much money.
No, Skip, you just said last week he was the best. You just said he was the best back last week.
I thought he was. And you know what? Zeke was actually the 3rd best running back on the field last night because Dalvin Cook just made him look silly. And Alexander Madison, he's pretty good too because he's a bowling ball sledgehammer. Last night I sat back and said, I'll take him over 21 right now.
One bad game, and boom, instantly a shell of his former self. I mean, Ezekiel Elliott is a running back that gets a ton of volume, a ton of carries every game for his entire career. Obviously, he's not going to look like the rookie Zeke that we all saw that was explosive and crazy. He's taken a lot of hits, he's taken a lot of damage, but he's still an elite top 5 running back in the NFL right now. I mean, let's just look at the 4 games previous to the Vikings game for Ezekiel Elliott. I'm seeing 23 carries for 139 yards against the Giants, 22 carries, 111 yards and a touchdown against the Eagles, 28 carries, 105 yards and a touchdown against the Jets, 12 carries, 62 yards and a touchdown against the Packers. And he would have had a whole bunch more yards and carries against the Packers had they not gone down 31-3 early in the game. I mean, they completely abandoned the run early. But that's 417 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns, and a 4.9 yards per carry average in the 4 games previous to the one bad game where you say he's overpaid and a shell of his former self. Now, you could argue the teams and defenses the Cowboys have been going up against in the first 10 weeks of the season aren't the best, But that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is Skip Bayless is a prisoner of the moment. Zeke has one rare bad game, and he just completely trashes on him. So why would Skip Bayless, a diehard Cowboys fan, want to trash on his elite running back Ezekiel Elliott? Well, it's probably to make Dak Prescott look better because he freaking loves Dak Prescott, but he doesn't need to trash on Zeke to make Dak look better. Dak's been having a solid year. Again, you could obviously make the argument that they haven't played the best teams, but Dak has played some solid football. Has he made some bad throws? Yeah. Has he had some bad games? Yes. But every time he has a bad throw or a bad game, it's excuse, excuse, excuse. Oh my God, Amari Cooper should have caught that underthrown ball. Oh my God, the ref should have thrown a freaking flag on that interception that Dak just threw. Or, oh my God, have you seen Dak Prescott's QBR? Because it's extremely impressive. Alright, that's it. That's the video. I don't know why I wanted to make a video on this. I don't know why this got me all angry, but it did. And it's been a while since I made a little video like this, trash and Skip Bayless or Colin Cowherd, but it's been fun. Alright, so it's good to be back, and now I gotta find a way to close this video. Oh boy.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice.
What the heck?
Hello?
Mom,
Yeah.
I'm just calling to let you know that Dak Prescott has the highest QBR in the NFL. Do you care?
No.
Maybe we need a second opinion on this matter.
Hello?
Hey, did you know Dak Prescott has the highest QBR in the NFL?
Does anybody care?
Exactly!
I got a whole lot to say about what I saw and did not see last night.